Hey guys, Lori Lowe here, and welcome to The Sacred Binge. This podcast is about understanding the phenomenon of binge eating disorder and looking for that wonderfully peaceful place between constantly dieting and constantly binging and just being in that sacred place where we are authentically ourselves. So I have not recorded or posted a video in a while. And the reason is that I've been struggling with a lot of discomfort in my life, and I've been binging. And I have allowed myself to get caught up in that thing that I've been telling you to not get caught up in, and that is shame over binging, feeling out of control, being ashamed of how I feel, my body kind of getting bloated and bulky from all of this food that does not serve me. And so I had this conversation with this wonderful person that I love very much in my life about just being honest about that experience and talking about it. So the experience of binging is covering up discomfort. That's what it is for me anyway. And tuning out from things that are uncomfortable and where I don't know the answer. And I realize that, hey, we never know the answer. I actually teach entrepreneurship to college students. And specifically, I teach innovation, and it's this idea of connecting with your creative self and creative problem solving, because when you run a business or you work in a business that's growing and you want to practice, or even in life, this entrepreneurial mindset, you have to become comfortable and embrace failure, because failure is how we learn what does or doesn't work for a business as it's growing, what does or doesn't work for our customers, for ourselves, etc. And oddly enough, for whatever reason, the last couple of weeks, I've been digging in my heels and saying, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to feel this discomfort of not knowing the outcome and taking a risk on failing. And that's really what it's all about. When we use food or anything that we might be addicted to, or that we use to quiet this discomfort in our brains, we're basically turning away from our North Star, our shining light, our purpose, our authentic selves. We're basically saying, no, I'm not going to show up and be that person that I am. I'm going to cover up and hide from that person that I am, because I find the idea of fulfilling the potential of that person that we are is just way too intimidating. And so, and there's fear of the future, and fear of failure, and fear of loss, and fear of being embarrassed, and being ashamed of the fact that we are afraid of those things, and being ashamed of the fact that we use food to cover that up. So what I did today, again, with the help of this wonderful person that I love very much, what I did today was I remembered that when I make the experience sacred, when I take away the shame, and I instead observe with compassion and curiosity, all kinds of relief and release and information and peace comes to me. And so when I think about these last 2 weeks in which I have just really been struggling with binging and struggling with the shame of that, I realize how much it does not serve me, and how much it hides me from myself, and how much, when I stop and think about, gosh, what did I learn from that? I realize I'm feeling grace. I'm feeling that peace of being in that in-between place. And I realize that how much of myself I want to bring to this whole process for you guys. It's like I feel so deeply called to share this part of myself in such an authentic way, because I believe it will help other people experience and put away their own pain and shame about having an eating disorder, or a binge eating disorder specifically, to be at peace themselves. I want that so very much, and that's what I feel called to share. So I don't know what the answer is, guys, other than stopping and asking the question, how do I make this a sacred experience? How do I put away the shame and put away whatever and this discomfort? And I allow it to elevate to something so profoundly spiritual that being a binge eater heals me. Being a binge eater and talking about binge eating heals my food use disorder, my binge eating disorder. And it transmutes it into a gift. So how do I help other people transmute this binge eating disorder into a gift? I want to do it so very much. So something else that actually happened that I want to share with you guys is I was walking my dog a couple of days ago in this area of the community that I live in, where I walk him all the time. And I saw something ahead of me on the sidewalk. It was kind of shiny. It looked like a piece of plastic, like plastic wrap that somebody had dropped on the sidewalk. And I got up closer to it, and it was actually a piece of quartz cut into like a crystal shape, like a pillar crystals, like it was like really small, about that big. And I thought, oh, that's so cool. You know, I wonder who took a crystal out here into this like common area where people walk their dogs and stuff. And, you know, why would you have that in your possession while you were walking out in this area? But I found it there. So I brought it home and I put it on the shelf in my living room. And today I was actually doing a little preparation and meditation and watching some spiritually kind of focused videos and podcasts myself in preparation for this video that I'm recording right now. And I'm sitting at in my guest bedroom where I have a desk and office. And I just happened to look down on the floor next to the desk, and I found another crystal. It is this, I don't know if you can see it. It's like this piece of like quartz that has a amber kind of tone to it. And I'm like, what the hell? It's like I'm getting crystals dropped in front of me. So I had a friend staying here recently, and I'm almost positive that it has to be how this showed up here. But how the heck did this show up here? And twice in like just a matter of a couple of days. So now I'm like starting to like look and see, are there crystals around here anywhere that I'm supposed to be picking up? You know, so divine spirit guides us to know how to share ourselves with people. And I'm just going to commit to you that I'm tuning into that. Now I'm sharing this divine guidance with you. You know, obviously the holiday is coming up. I know that creates all kinds of weird relationships with food, but I'm going to say to myself at the same time that I say to you, you deserve to have your appetites. Your appetites are essential to who you are as a person. And when you allow yourself to experience and follow those without shame, without judgment, and in front of God and everyone, tremendous spiritual healing can occur, spiritual experience can occur, and every binge becomes a sacred binge, which is what we're after here. So that's what I have for you today. Wonderful blessings for the holiday season. The new year is coming up. What do you want your relationship with food to be like? What do you want your relationship with your body to be like? What do you want your relationship with your binge eating disorder to be like in 2023? Shame-free days, beautiful blessings on you all. And until the next time that we talk in this format, have a marvelous holiday season.